Hey, screeners, how you doing? It's myself, the one AJ, Anthony Jordan.
And me, Nico Lurot. Did the video play?
It did on my end.
It did not on my end.
Because I heard you say, "Are you starting?" And I was like muted as well. And I said, "Yeah," and I saw I was muted, and I'm like, I wonder if it's going to do that part where we were just standing there waiting for a video to load. I don't know.
I think we did. You know, I don't think there was any video there.
I 100% saw the video on my end. 100% saw the video on my end.
It's weird. How you doing, AJ?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Are you tired? Are you sleepy?
Oh. So, first of all, let's acknowledge Andy Hart. Good evening, gents. I almost didn't recognize you so. Good to be back watching you live after catching the last episodes on the podcast. Well, Andy, welcome.
Pod Squad.
Yes, he was Pod Squad. You could have been Pod Squad, Andy, but hey, you're back. You're back to Live Squad. So even all platforms are appreciated. Also, Andy, could you please, as you're the first to comment, did you see the countdown video, or was it only on my end?
Was it just
only on my end?
It's gonna be a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna just put this out there. Good evening, all. I'm Gavin. Pleased to meet you all. Good to see you too, Gavin.
Good evening, Gavin. My name's Nico, and I'm an alcoholic.
Confession's good for the song.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Denial is a river.
Exactly. Right, I'm gonna put this out there because you asked me, "Am I feeling awake?" Okay, Andy says only from 3. It did take a bit longer when I pressed the record button, but that meant the 30 seconds was there. I normally do it for about 15, then you should see 11, but okay, we only had 3 seconds down. Right, the tangent continues. Right, how am I feeling? WWE, if you ever happen to listen to this podcast, I know you listen to our other podcast because too many ideas have been stolen.
They do, 100%.
However, if you do happen to stumble across this one, we in the UK really appreciate the fact that your pay-per-views have now moved to Sunday. However, we don't appreciate that they still take place at 1 a.m. because a WrestleMania weekender being Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. You had to do 2 nights, didn't you? One night wasn't enough. You had to get us for 2 nights.
Yeah, it was good to see the boys. It was good to see the boys, and one of those moments where you're with your people and you're in the flesh, not over camera, and you have a good one.
Gavin Man says, Nico, still laugh at your line from the Drunk Rushmore. I've put my arm in it. Did I say that? I did, didn't I? Yeah, memories now. No, that one's deleted from the memory bank. Do you know what? I'm not going to go on a big rant now about how wrestling is real and not fake. But do you know what I kept on saying to Prana, who joined us? And, she's a former wrestling fan. And I was telling her in the car on the way how the biggest thing that annoys me in wrestling is when people say, it's that fake shit. I'll tell you one thing, brother. The energy that you, me, Den, Leon, Big Tone, and Prana had when those lights went out, wrestling has more than one name, sounded on the audio. The sounds and noises of happiness that we all made collectively, along with 77,000 odd people on the other side of the planet, a collective international moment of joy. There's nothing fake about that.
Well, this is it. Listen, it's choreographed. Listen, the thing that what bugs me, is people will talk about that fake shit. And I really don't want to get into it because it's not a wrestling podcast, but I will touch on this very, very quickly. It's that fake shit when Cody Rhodes comes out, right? Oh, why are you excited for that? But it's not that fake shit when Andrew Garfield walks out of a circle created by Ned.
Yeah, right.
It's like, come on. Yeah.
It's the thing is that Cody story. What?
Sorry.
And Andy's comment. Yeah, I've seen it. Bring it up by all means.
We have. I mean, this. I was going to let you do your point and then bring this up because I know it's kind of like It's got to be discussed, doesn't it? It's our first episode.
Right? Yeah, we haven't talked about this, have we?
No,
Well, happy to be back this week. Oh, why we take 1 week off and this shit happens?
Exactly.
Fuck.
Exactly. Isn't that the truth? Oh shit! Sorry. Oh bloody hell! My other phone. I need to send a link to someone. They're gonna have to be VOD Squad this week. I'm not stretching over yet. Anyway, but yeah.
Is the TV held down? If it is, you may stretch.
We got a new TV, baby. Yeah. God bless insurance. Yeah. Okay. Right. First of all, I'm going to answer Francis's question. It's going to be a bit skewered, guys. Damn it. Did you all just go on to summertime? Thought there were still about 1.5. Yeah. The difference between we still got a 5-hour gap. So it was nice to see stuff start at midnight for like 3 weeks. But no, we've now moved time, and
it's gone bad again.
It's gone bad again. So right, in relation to us staying up to watch a bit of wrestling, Andy put this great comment: "Staying up late to watch grown men fight sounds like the Oscars." Okay.
Where should we start?
So let's start with this.
You know, whatever we say, we're going to lose subscribers here. But
no. Here we go. It's so weird because these are two people as a young man I've idolized and just loved. I bought Chris Rock tickets to the Royal Albert Hall literally
2 weeks,
a few days before this happened.
Was it that much? Okay.
Yeah, it was literally a few days. Like I think because when was the Oscars? The Tuesday.
I believe so. Yeah, it was literally.
Chris's tickets went out. I think the tickets went out Thursday, and I bought them the Friday because it was. Yeah, I brought them the Friday. I literally just waited for payday. Yeah, no, it was just before my payday. I bought the tickets. Yeah, and I remember waking up and my brother talking about. It was the Oscars must have been the Monday because I was at Tams. My brother saying, "Ha ha, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock," and all I thought was, this has to be like what? This has to be staged. Like,
it's a work.
I've seen the link he shared, and I'm like,
it's a bloody work.
Yeah, and you know what? You're like, okay, this is it. But a bit of comedy between two comedians. Then he screams, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," twice.
Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. Whoa, Will.
I honestly, and it's like, dude, it was a joke. At which point he repeats it again. Kevin, I don't know which one of us done this. Funny enough, I listened to your Will Smith episode and someone referred to him as Mr. Squeaky Clean. Listen, yeah, he was. Like the joke that Big Tone and I have gone recently is that he's gone from Mr. Squeaky Clean to giving Fresh Prince as opposed to being the Fresh Prince. But no, like taking it back to seriousness, I'm actually just really sad about the situation. I think the fact that us talking about the Oscars oh fuck for sake, have you seen Biff? I mean, the timing couldn't be more perfect. So this week, Biff and the Hobbit's YouTube name is G.I. Jane. G.I.
Jane. That's too good. That's actually too fucking good.
I mean, that was perfect timing. I find it sad. I've said it on a few episodes that the Smiths aren't who they were to me before. And that's, a lot of stuff being revealed. Stuff that should be kept personal. Some not by their choice, some by force. Some after the bits were forced out, they became very public and just didn't care about anything. And I just find it. I don't think Will's in a good place. Is essentially what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to point the finger of blame to certain situations, but a man has gone from laughing to seeing his wife give him the eye to going up on stage. Am I blaming her? No, because professionalism is professionalism. I just find it sad that on a day that we should have been saying Will Smith has just raised his first Oscar, we're
saying Will Smith has resigned from the Academy.
Yeah, we're saying, Samuel L. Jackson has got a Lifetime Achievement Award, which I'm going to touch on a bit more in a sec. But here we go. All right. Let's deal
I
with the Will
hate that.
situation first, and then we'll touch on
go
the
on.
Samuel L. Jackson part.
Few comments just quickly, then we'll get back
Yeah,
to Will. Frank
go.
Torres says, "Hello, friends. Hope you're well. Is Jared Leto downhill with all these over top balls?" We'll start this and come back to it because I like this question. Let's deal with Will and the
Well, let's deal with
token
the
award.
Oscars. Really, I just find it sad that in a year where we could be talking about the amount of awards June picked up, where we could be talking about movie of the
One
year.
guy was.
Bro, I get it. You know, there was so many stuff that was just overshadowed just by the fact that this is what's happened. You know, like, is that really what it is? And I feel that a man who's been in the public eye for as long as he has, from rapper to TV star to movie star to Mr. Action, you know, you've been to events, you've thrown shade, you've had shade thrown at you.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you can't be. I think there needs to be a not an intervention, but a bit of a check going on there to find out what's really going on. Because even if you check the spectrum of emotion, of smiling to enraged to sorrow to over ecstatic, all within the space of, you know,
He's a very good actor.
Yeah. Well, he just won the Oscar, so there's no denying that. But yeah, that's that. Just gonna touch very, very briefly your thoughts on the Samuel L. Jackson Award.
It's a token award. And I'm not talking about tokenism in his skin color. I'm talking about it's a token award. It's basically the Academy saying, "I'll go on pity vote." If you doubt me, ask Alfred Hitchcock.
But here we go. What would a Samuel L. Jackson film? How many Samuel L. Jackson films can you really think of that were to be like, yeah, they're actually worthy of?
You just hit the nail on the head of why it's a pity vote. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. Now we all know Sam's a talent, but he's never won an award. He's never chosen to be in enough movies that could campaign for him to win an award. He has had moments where I believe he's nominated. He's definitely had, you know, films which could have been in the conversation for whatever reasons weren't, or in some cases were in the conversation but didn't win. So, to me, yeah, I've seen it. To me, handing Samuel Jackson the "Keep Your Chin Up, Kid" award, it's the same shit they did to Hitchcock. He never won. Got a Lifetime Achievement Award. Remember what he thought of it? Remember what he said? Thank you. And walked off. He knew what it was. It's lovely. Like, if we want to play the race card, is it good that there are more, you know, minorities winning awards? Absolutely. It's fantastic that there's more minorities getting roles in Hollywood now. Like, you know, we can look beyond Daniel Kaluuya and Michael B. Jordan now as the next up and coming stars. So many. It's great.
No, I agree.
But it's a token award. Like, it's a Hanks. That award is epitomized by what Hitchcock thought of it. Tell me I'm wrong.
Bro, I agree. I have this whole thing, and I was having a discussion with John, who you met and had your Bond discussion with, over what are award ceremonies really about? Because when you break it down to what really qualifies for an Oscar nomination / victory, yeah, as opposed to what essentially keeps the movie industry alive, really. It's a weird balance as to, you know, it's that sheer thing of even when I was like long overdue for Will, and we had that discussion of, really? But let's be honest, his films are more fan service. And it's like, isn't that what films are made for? Do you get what I'm trying to go with this?
No, not always. Not always. I don't agree with that. The films are made for fan service. That's not true.
I'm not saying to just serve for fans, but to entertain your viewers or educate your viewers in a way. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying you have to give them everything they want, a la No Way Home, but it's there to entertain. So the blockbusters are essentially made for purpose of general entertainment. Yet these are never to be considered Oscar worthy. But it's like, but hold on, these are the films that are essentially epitomize what Hollywood's all about: the glitz, the glam, and everything. That's where the cash flow is coming in from.
You remember back in the old days when the glitz and glam also meant being in Oscar contention, Singing in the Rain, shit like that.
Yeah.
So
But I mean,
you can do glitz and glam and still have artistic merit. Say what you want. It's a token award. Happy for him for being recognized in some capacity. It's a token award.
Sorry,
In the
I'm
way your
looking
camera
really hard
moves
right
there,
now because there's something weird in my glass. So.
you look proper special the way you were drinking.
Honestly, I was just trying to catch this thing. It looked, it was weird. It's on the floor now. I don't normally flow water to the.
Let's just go through a few comments, and then we'll come back to Frank's question. Tucky says, just finished Will's book, but he wished he waited. There's another chapter to add. Yeah, indeed. Right. Francis Lalonde says, I still think the streaker behind Devin Niven was more interesting. Oh, listen, the most interesting Oscar moment was Marlon Brando not accepting his award and having the Native American go up on his behalf and get booed by the entirety of racist Hollywood. That was impressive. In my opinion, that was a funny thing to see. Shows how forward-thinking Marlon Brando was. Gavin Mann, funnily enough, I listened to your Will Smith episode and some referred to as Mr. Squeaky you mentioned. Tucky goes on to say his book is excellent, but he's a very deep emotional guy, so perhaps this wasn't a surprise. He's possible. Biffer asks, better name, G.I. Jada or Dr. Jada and Mr. Hyde? G.I. Jada.
Yeah, G.I. Jada.
It's so for the win.
It's literally encapsulated what caused it all, so it's perfect.
G.I. Jada is the one. Gavin Mann, I've stayed mostly silent on Smith Rock. I was along the same thought process of AJ. Is there something deeper that we don't know about? Easy to click the events on the service. Yep.
Totally.
Yep. It's so funny the way people are passing judgment on the human being in case he happens to be in the public eye and thinking that somehow the intricate rules of a relationship don't apply to him because he's Will Smith. But the shit that we do, like having our wife or partner look at us go, the fuck did you just do laughing at me? Yeah, like we all haven't gone, whoops. We've all done it. Will's human. Andy Hart says Pulp Fiction. I'm guessing that's suggestion for Sam. Yeah. G.I. Jada says, I'm just going to keep saying G.I. Jada because that is actually the YouTube name. Biffer, I know who you are, but G.I. Jada is the one. Sam Jackson got robbed for his role in Pulp Fiction. Yep. Francis Lance says Captain Marvel with a DH. Samuel L. Jackson, come on now. Gavin Mann, I'll defend his right to stand up for his wife, but I can't defend him assaulting someone else in the process. Yep.
Well, I mean, it always goes back to that same statement. He done it to Chris Rock. Would he have done it to The Rock? Doubt it.
It's the machinations of a child, AJ. Like, it's like when you take a toy away from a child and they get all ragey-magey angry.
Bro,
when you become an adult, you don't lose your rag like that.
You know, the Caribbeans have an old school saying I'll break it down, but it's Duppy knows who to frighten, which basically means a ghost knows who to scare. Yeah? He knew his victim.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
He wouldn't have done it if it was The Rock, so he's a bully too. Yeah. YG in the house. Evening, fellas. Another excuse to get snatched on the list. Snatch. Fuck. You got it. Cool. Fuck. Your brother. Yo.
What up, mate? Hey, yo.
Francis Leon says, lifetime achievement. We'll give so-and-so something before they die. Yeah, literally. Literally that. Ali comes is in the house. Hello,
hey, Ali.
Gavin Mann says, that aside, we should look at the award winners on the night. Yes, Dune, big winner. Mixed Memorabilia's in the house. Hello, guys. Good to have you back. Hey. Hello, Mixed Memorabilia. You can throw that too sweet sign, AJ.
No, I did it. I was like, it's not wrestling fans today. I'm just like, again, it's just an awkward wave.
Award ceremonies are about an industry patting itself on the back. I agree. Ali Kamsa says, have I mentioned I have editing videos? Anyways, looking forward to this list. I hate editing videos. Sorry, thank you, AJ. I hate editing videos. Tell me about it. It's what I do for a living. Gavin Mann says, did Chaplin not get a Lifetime Award despite his extensive filmography? Also correct. Chaplin's another one. Francis Lalonde is agreeing with Andy. Mutual Masturbation Society. G.I. Jada says, Nico, recent movies with diving scenes. The Lost City, Sonic 2, and The Contractor. I never noticed diving stuff until I started watching Nico. G.I. Jada, respect. Thank you. Tucky says, Die Hard with a Vengeance, A Time to Kill, Coach Carter. All worthy of him being nominated too. I agree with every single one of those, but he wasn't. Fucked up.
Well, I've seen how people voted for Coach Carter, so maybe it was best he wasn't.
You get me. Mixed memorabilia says that Will Smith thing, stage, no doubt. Mixed memorabilia says it's a work. It's a bloody work.
Listen, it goes back to would Brett have gone to WCW if it wasn't a work? It's the fallout that tells me it wasn't, but I could be wrong.
Right, now I want to go back to Frank Torres' question. Jared Leto, is he watering down his talent with all of these over-the-top roles? Go on.
I was going to say, I'm going to start because it's a lot easier for me to. It's hard when you've not, like, Dallas Buyers Club is still a film on my list of things to see. So like it's bits like that. So I'm aware that he can do deep and meaningful. I'm also aware that sometimes putting yourself out in certain roles gives you a chance to be noticed by the wider public. Not saying that Dallas Buyers Club wasn't, because it had McConaughey in it as well. And again,
no one saw Dallas Buyers Club. That was an Oscar, darling. That was not a wide.
So
that didn't even get a wide release.
Well, bro, I was familiar with the name prior to you having seen it and bringing it up.
Sure, because it got Oscar buzz.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm just saying, so you can do certain things to then try and get your name out there. Every man's got to eat. Again, let's go back to Samuel L. Jackson. Like, there are some film choices there that are very, very questionable. It depends. Like if you get the attention I don't even know Leto's like hobbies. Is he a major comic book fan? Is this why we're seeing him as the Joker and Morbius and other bits? Like it could be something that is a personal interest over actual reception.
He's not been vocal about it the way Andrew Garfield was.
Bro, I get it. I'm just putting out a few things, but again, maybe getting your name out into the mainstream and then going back into what would attract people to watch you would be the way. However, the sad thing is people weren't overly fond of him as the Joker, and judging by your review, someone I've spoken to just as I was finishing work, and a joke that I saw about Goku fighting someone in an empty arena, and that was the screening of Morbius, it kind of gives you this feeling that it's not going the way it was with some of the defenses that I'm doing, but it might be his thought process of, it will get there. And I think it's sad for a man who obviously does have talent. Nath, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Leto is Abby's favorite, if not one of her favorite actors. So it's like he has range, he has the skill.
Of course he does.
So, yeah.
My I guess answer to Frank's question would be, is he watering down his talent with all of these over-the-top roles? The over-the-top role won him an Oscar. Got to remember that. The over-the-top role won him an Oscar. Can't deny that. Do I think that he's not being very smart about the roles he's picking at the moment? Yeah. Because he should have taken one look at that Morbius script and gone, like, payday be damned, because wow, this film is bad. Oh, fuck me. Like, it's such a shock to the system to see a comic book movie this bad in this day and age. No, bro, you don't get how bad this film is. This is worse than Wonder Woman 84. This is so much worse.
The guy I spoke to today, again, I've watched your instant reaction. I've not watched your full review because I want to see the film first. So even though you're telling me not to, I know you're telling me not to, but I feel like it needs to be done.
No, it doesn't. AJ, you're not understanding my words then. It doesn't need to be done.
Basically,
it definitely doesn't need to be done.
To me that it just has, like, you have to connect the dots yourself. It's like they forget to film scenes in between. It's like you go from here to there.
So, do you remember that schizophrenic filming that happened in Fan 4 Stick?
Yeah.
It has that. Do you remember the weird fucking narrative decisions from Spider-Man 3? It has that. Look at this guy. What the fuck? What happened?
Oh, man.
What the fuck am I watching? Because they try and fool you. Like, there's one or two little things in it that are cool, but then some shit happens and you're like, what? What? So 95 again? What? Has X-Men not come out yet? Like, what the fuck is this? This is like making Daredevil look like fucking Infinity War. What is this?
Oh.
Bro, it's so bad. Like, you don't understand how bad it is.
I'm getting an idea. I am getting an idea, but I don't know. It's like an excuse to go cinema. Even the missus called me the other day. Was like, "There's a new Marvel film." I was like, "I know, but Nick says it's bad."
It's bad. They didn't even have the Marvel logo at the beginning of the movie. Marvel were like, no.
It's funny because even Aaron was talking to me today. He's like, "When's the next big cinema meetup?" I'm like, "Well, it was Morbius was kind of in the air, but like Nick said, it's shit, and I don't think anyone else is overly rushing to it." I'm like, "It's definitely Doctor Strange too." Like,
yes, that's my boy, yo. Right. Should we actually get into podding here? 25 minutes in. Let's crack on, shall we?
Yeah.
Few shout outs just before we do begin. To anyone who is not watching us live and who's watching us here on the YouTube channel, the VOD Squad. This is love and shout out to all of you who aren't able to watch us live, but who do choose to come and watch us afterwards. We love you. Much respect to all of you for showing your support to the channel in that way. If you're one of the Pod Squad who doesn't choose to watch us,
someone who is on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, TuneIn, Stitcher, Geo7, and who's just searched for Movie Mount Rushmore, you may continue.
Why, thank you. So yeah, all of those platforms, if you're listening to us on one of those, soon coming Facebook podcast, we're going to get on there soon. That's a thing apparently, where I can distribute us, so we shall. Yeah, the Pod Squad. Much love to all of you. Thank you for... You guys have technically been here with us the longest.
Yeah.
Like, the Pod Squad are literally the longest serving people. Like,
dare I say, and I don't want to put it down to like one man, right? But dare I say, because it's the one I can recognize who has signed in a few times. I see you, Francis. There was also the original VOD Squad. There wasn't YouTube Live. Like, August was there from the original YouTube before we were even Pod Squadded. So, like, there are some of you out there. If you were, feel free to say it and we'll acknowledge you. You know.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah.
And whether you're supporting us with your views, your time, all of that's very welcome. If you do like our content, for literally less than the cost of your daily Starbucks, for just £2 British, £2, you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes and show us your support in that way. If you wish, there is no pressure. No pressure. But the love is felt.
It's just scrolling. It's a clickable link as well. But
it's a clickable link. It's down in the description. But what we love above everything is likes, because we're weird people who come on the internet and need validation from strangers. That's just who we are, right? So please validate us. Like the video. Please do like the video.
It boosts our ego. That's what we're
at. It really does. Likes are good. Likes.
Ali, don't give the sad face. You're part of the family. And that's all that matters, you know. People celebrate the arrival of newcomers. So that's what we do. There is no sad face for you being a latecomer. We fully appreciate it.
Ali Kamza also says, Nico, I saw your review on Morbius. The anger was kind of amusing. Not gonna lie.
Ali,
bro, it was deep.
Look for Nico's review of The Last Night. If you had a laugh there, and I've not seen that one, but if you... But I like the way he now cowers in shame, but he knows that when he gets emotional, he gets emotional.
Transformers The Last Night broke me. Didn't I like grab the camera one stage and start shaking? I got so angry.
I mean, you did. I remember watching that going, fuck, he's angry.
Yes, he is. Do you know what? I'm actually going to find it and put it in the description. Where is it? Carry on.
Yeah,
do your thing.
So yeah, that's the one. But so yes, whether you're VOD Squad, Live Squad, or Pod Squad, you're more than welcome. And Ali, no, my friend. Thank you. Because again, it's all about ego. So guys, this is a moment where right now we would love for you to be able to like, comment, share, subscribe. Sadly, I'm making someone VOD Squad today because I've not sent them the link. But again, they are available on all forms and all different kind of platforms.
Jesus, god damn it, my hair was short.
Kevin likes my review of Hippopotamus. The question is, Kevin, the question is, have you seen it and what did you think of it? And mixed memorabilia, have you seen Hippopotamuses yet? Yeah, that's another question. Would love to know those who have seen Hippopotamus. Are you kind of on AJ's? Are you hashtag with AJ? Or you hashtag with the Viceroy of Verisimilitude? I can't even get the word out. Verisimilitude. There we go. Like, which way do you guys lean when it comes to Hippopotamus? Again, Hippopotamus had this build, but such a letdown that I felt like there was no payoff, and it just fucked the film up for me. You, on the other hand, loved it.
I loved it. I thought it was fucking awesome. Right. Shameless plugging aside, we've caught up. Let's get into this. So, for those of you joining us for the very first time, thank you so much for joining us. How does the Movie Mount Rushmore podcast actually work? It's really simple. It's a top 10 show between two best friends from school. Here's how the show works. Each of us get assigned a top 10 list. We go our separate ways. We come right back here and record and deliver to you, the Silver Screen Dudes, the film family, our individual top 10s. This week, AJ will go first, delivering his bottom three. I will then deliver my bottom three. AJ will deliver his next two. I will deliver my next two. And then we will trade one apiece. If at any time, while we are rounding off our individual top 10 lists, one person has a movie in a higher position, that person will say,
punt.
And we will punt and talk about that movie when we get to the high position. Once we have both rounded off our individual top 10 lists, we will create the Movie Mount Rushmore. These are the four quintessential, diverse, must-see movies of the genre, which this week is...
Top 10 quotable movies. What Nico did forget to tell you guys, though, is, however, once we, the Silver Screen Dudes, have created the Movie Mount Rushmore, those are the four must-see films.
Well remembered.
Challenge goes over to you guys, whether you're VOD Squad, Pod Squad, or Live Squad. You have to join the tweepulation, the tweeps. That's what I used to call people back in the day when I first started on Twitter. And that's where you head on over to, more than anything, Movie MT Rushmore. But I am so happy to say this. Once again. You can head on over to @Movie Polls for you, because we will be retweeting good old JT's poll. So you only get to vote once, and then you get to crown El Capitan, El Numero Uno. To quote Highlander, in the end, there could be only one. The King of Kings, the best and the best and the best and the best and the best.
Bow down to the king. Sorry, you've put that shit in my head now.
Yeah, when I said King of Kings, I've never had that before, but you know what? We miss you, Hunter. He's still alive, in case anyone's wondering. He's just
I know, but it sucks to say that.
Doesn't it?
It sucks so much to say that. Yeah. Not last week because we had the week off, but our last poll was actors who broke typecast.
Our contenders were
Hugh Grant for The Gentleman, Tom Cruise for Tropic Thunder, Jim Carrey for The Truman Show, ironically, Will Smith for 6 Degrees of Separation.
Did he slap down the competition? No, he didn't. I reckon he was in at number 4.
Yep. Number 4. 10%.
Not seen by a lot of people, that film. Hugh Grant as the gentleman, not as the gentleman, in The Gentleman at number 3.
Correct. 13%.
There was a lot of love for Tropic Thunder, so I'm going to say Jim at number 2 in The Truman Show.
Nope.
Okay. So Tropic Thunder.
Tom Cruise. But here we go. It actually separated at the end, but there was a time where we had a joint one, and it lasted a while. But it ended with Tom Cruise and Tropic Thunder with getting 37%.
Jeez. And
Jim Carrey for The Truman Show getting 40%. So it was really balanced.
Interesting. Okay, guys. So once again, at Movie MT Rushmore, but more importantly, we love movies at Movie Polls for you. Okay, 33. Let's wait the extra 6 seconds. No, let's not. Right, let's get this bitch on the road. Okay, right. I hesitated with this one. This has been an interesting topic on how do you deem something quotable in your personal opinion to the world. Like, I had to kind of do a little mix in that one.
What has 2 thumbs, speaks French, and has a personal opinion? Moi. It's about personal opinion.
Okay. I kind of done a mix, and I somehow got my balance up there. Right. In at number 10 for me was The Matrix. Summer in there for me, actually. I was a bit torn on it. Did I want to? Then I started looking at other films. I don't quote them. I don't really hear people go into it. However, I was aware with the whole world, like red or blue pill is still a thing. Even though they don't quote it to the film, it's still a thing. There is no spoon. Whoa. Dodge this. Dodge This was big. Mr. Anderson was big, even though no one actually
Mr.
spoke for that.
Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. I Know Kung Fu, I think, was huge. And obviously, Dodge This. And when I looked at that catalogue, I was like, you know what? The Matrix is worthy. That was just as simple as a breakdown. Yeah, I just felt it's kind of fading, but apart from Red or Blue Pill, the rest of it's not there. John Wick done a nice nod and gave it over with guns, lots of guns. The rest are kind of faded out, but
just before we continue, I'd like everyone in the chat, please, just because she's one of our regular watchers and she's not joining us tonight. There are reasons which are not for me to share. Could everyone please send some love to Saint Jackie? Love to Jackie, who is going through a difficult time at the moment. Sending Jackie lots of love, lots of thoughts, lots of well wishes. Please, everyone, do the same.
Nothing but that.
AJ. Listen, it's The Matrix. I don't have much to add to it.
No, this is it. This is what I thought. The next one I reckon is going to be on the punt list. So let's get ready. Get your finger ready now. Because in at number 9 for me, The Godfather.
Not a big one. Small punt.
Okay, cool. This film. Now, I think I just want to guarantee you, it was actually in my head before you had said it the other day when we met. I thought it was going to be higher, and I started toying with other bits. Again, it's pop culture reference-wise, why it's lower for me. The first one of 2 times we'll be seeing the man they call Jim Carrey. Somebody stop him! I'm talking The Mask.
Okay, that's my number 10, so we can talk.
Cool.
Just before we do, thoughts and prayers going out to Jackie. Frank Torres sending love to Jackie. Francis Lalonde hoping things go back well. Jack sending love to Jackie. Ali Kamza sending love to Jackie. And Ali Kamza also saying, I'm not with AJ.
Which one of the 3? Like, maybe The Mask.
I'm guessing The Godfather, bro.
Probably The Godfather, because I know to a lot of people, but...
Leave the gun, take the cannoli. It's The Godfather.
Yeah. There's a few lines, but
Gavin, man, hope Jackie's okay. I was going to let her know my thoughts on The Lighthouse. Insane. Yes, Gavin, you know The Lighthouse is awesome. How fucking good is Robert Pattinson?
I'm kind of happy Mixed Memorabilia is here as well to see this. Not that Mixed Memorabilia was the only person, but do you know what I got a chance to do this week?
You watch something?
Yeah. Did you get it? Yes? No?
No.
Oh, God. It's on Netflix now. Oh, God. The music thing.
Tick, tick, boom?
No, I've seen Tick, Tick, Boom. Why am I blanking that? I can't believe the name. It was right on the tip of my tongue and I've gone blank. The music teacher, the drummers. I can't even remember the actor's name right now.
Oh, Whiplash.
Whiplash, thank you. I can't believe I went so blank there. Yeah.
How fucking good.
Oh, my days. Oh, my days. What a film.
Do.
What a film. What a film.
I don't recommend junk for you, my friend.
No. Well, I don't know. You still want me to see Jackass? Different conversation. But
Big man, Jackass is funny. Get on or get off.
No, but it is what it is. But no, Whiplash was awesome. Whiplash was all kinds of awesome. Yeah, it was that insane bit. Oh my God. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. Anyone UK based, and if you've not seen it, I'm probably shouting out to my bro.
Whiplash.
Thank you guys. Thank you. You all knew what I was talking about. Yeah.
Gavin Man also says, Jackie, this is for you. We are all with Jackie. Sorry, AJ, carry on.
I love that. That's a perfect hashtag there. Yeah, check it out on YouTube. Not YouTube, Netflix. It's actually on Netflix at the moment. That's why I was like, I'm taking advantage of it before they get rid of it. Yeah.
Sick.
I don't even want to spoil it, but there was one moment and I was like, oh my God, you're not serious. Basically,
you're talking about when he switches out?
What?
When he switches the song out at the end?
Bro, there was that. That's fine. Not fine, because that was insane. I'm talking more about when you forget your sticks at the car rental place. That was insane. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But I was like, you're doing what? Yeah, nah. All kinds of nuts.
Jackass is not on AJ's tempo. Not quite on my tempo.
No. Faster.
Not my
Slow
tempo.
down. Oh my God.
He's so good, J.K. Simmons, in that film.
Yeah.
It's actually scary. Back to The Mask.
Yeah.
Far less life-altering, but still fun.
Yeah. Listen, this was one of those films that when you're talking about it, especially back in the day, it's so sad that all of them are gone. But as I said, somebody stop me smoking. Party. Why?
Why? Because I gotta.
Yeah, and then it was all the quirky bits before. I'm not going to get into, but it's like when he was pretending to have been shot and he plays the cowboy, and he was like, I could quote all of these different.
They like me. They really like me.
Such a shot. That was a shot.
Close, getting dark. Tell Tiny Tim I do give a damn.
It was Jim, like, yeah, the most animated that he would go down to the wolf whistle, absolutely everything. The Cuban.
That was
everything.
such a fucking deep throwback. Wiley Wolf from the 1930s doing the headbang. I was like, wow.
Tell me about it. And it was just all of these things. And back in the day, they were so quotable. Like everyone was saying, "Smoke it." Like it's sad that it's gone.
It's true. It's fact. Everyone in our school was coming up with quotes from that film. It's fact.
Yeah. You would people do a very animated run.
Gavin Manters, the drummer at the club in The Mask, was rushing. Frank Torres says, "Ipkiss, you're 5 minutes late. That's the same as stealing." The Oscar scene. They like me. They really like me. Oh dear.
Yeah, great fun.
Hold on, sugar. Daddy's got a sweet tooth tonight. So good. You can ip-kiss your ass goodbye. But you know the part I always come back to is when he turns into like that womanizing Frenchman in the park. Je ne window, je ne care. What are you doing, Jim? Our love is like a red rose. It's like, oh, we want French Canadian. I got you.
What do you want? He's a Canuck, man. Of course, he's going to go that end of France.
Good Canadian kid. Gotta love him.
Yeah.
That was your number 8, yeah?
That was my number 8, your number 10, yeah.
AJ? Ooh, somebody stop me. We've lost AJ. AJ, are you back?
You're the one who froze, by the way. I could literally see the freeze on your screen. But...
Lies. Lies! That was your number 8, yeah?
Yeah.
It was my number 10. My number 9, chastise me for it being this low, whatever. Casablanca.
Keep going. I left it off. I left it off.
It's got some big lines in it. It has got some big lines in it.
Do you know what? You know that how I've just acknowledged how The Mask has lost certain lines, right?
Yeah.
I get it. We've got people call it play it again, Sam, when it's not even play it again, Sam, which I think is part of it, quite sad in part of it. There is, but
here's looking at you, kid. Here's looking at you, kid.
Yeah.
Great line. This is the start of a beautiful friend. This is the place out of all the bars and all the places and all the world. She comes into mind. There's maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon for the rest of your life. You've got that one when he's saying, getting rid of her, saying goodbye to her at the train station. The last line of the movie. I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship. You know, it's got its lines.
It's got them. It just, I don't know. Just when it came, you reminded me of a few. I had like 3 on the list, and I was like, others resonate more.
The big one is Here's Looking at You, Kid.
Oh, again, as I said, people get it wrong, but they play it again, Sam. Like these are the,
but that is the line.
No, it's not. He actually says you played it for her, and I play it for me.
There is a point in the movie where she says, "Play it again, Sam."
I don't know. I've heard it's one of those very misquoted situations.
Ali Camden says, "Here you go. Casablanca was so quotable they made Play It Again, Sam out of it." Shocked to find gambling in this establishment. Yeah, look. Hide me, Rick. You must help me, bro. There's bare lines in it.
Do you know what? Do you know when
I'm a drunkard. Great line.
Yeah, fair play. I hadn't forgot it. It was actually on my list until I remembered The Matrix. The Matrix took it from me. It was on the list. But hey.
Listen.
As we get further into my list,
bro, as we get further into my list, you're going to think I'm a fucking weird person for finding some of these movies quotable. So far be it for me to tell you what is and isn't quotable.
It's weird.
That is it's fucking weird. But this is a spoiler for later. My number 8. Scarface. Al Pacino in Scarface. No?
No. I'm not gonna lie. Do you remember when we done famous lines or what have you? Say hello to my little friend was there. I know there were a few other lines, but I was blanking as hell, and I was like,
I got 2 things in this life: my word and my balls, and I don't break them for anybody.
Cool.
You talking to me, you fucking cockroach? Some big lines in it, bro.
They're up, bro. Do you know what? There was a part blanking. I was like, Scarface.
What do you want, Tony? What do you want? The world, Chico, and everything in it. You know the problem with you, pussycat? You need to relax. He's fucking I'm so shocked that Twitter doesn't seem to like this movie. I'm like, wow. Really? Yeah, bro. Every time we put Scarface up there, it gets trounced. I don't get it.
I never thought of it that way, actually. Yeah, it does.
Apparently, AJ, you're right, though. AJ is right. The line isn't in the film. There you go.
Thank you. But yeah, again, it's still reference to the film. I get it. It's kind of like when I was talking Red and Blue Pill. It's one of those where it's quoted, but it's not. It's referenced, but not quoted.
Bro, even after multiple rewatchings, and I don't care for being sacrilegious. I'm just being real with my people here. I will sooner go back to Scarface anytime than I'll go back to The Godfather. That hasn't changed. I've grown to love The Godfather more. I will go back to Scarface anytime.
I've always rated Scarface more. There's a new, honestly, I'm yet to do number 3, but I do have to revisit The Godfather Part 1 after number 2. 2 was a very eye-opening experience for me because I didn't expect to enjoy it. And I think that's the part. I think I was overly hyped for The Godfather. I'm like, oh my God, I'm finally going to do this. And I was like, this is dragging. Whereas Godfather Part 2, I was like, whoa, hey, okay. Now I'm on board. So it's weird.
Yeah. I don't get that film. I just don't. Anyway. Yeah, Ali comes here. I see your comments. We've got one from Tucky here saying it won't make your top 10, but Super Troopers is high on my list. Great low budget early noughties comedy. I actually haven't ever seen Super Troopers.
Do you know what I was going to say? Super Troopers is one of those that I've been aware of, but because it was the way it was, I don't want to say released because it is low budget, and I was just aware of it. Never actually had a chance to catch it and watch it, kind of thing. I was just like, oh, I'm aware of it. Never seen it.
All right. So that was already on my number 8. What is your number 7?
Oh shit, that was you already. Wow, that did
go with me already, bro.
Right.
What's your
number 7 for me? Punt or likewise position. Pulp Fiction.
It's my number 6. We can talk about it.
You want to talk about it now? Cool.
Yeah. We can. It's same bracket, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Do you know what's really funny? There was 2 things that's happened. I've not watched Pulp Fiction in an absolute age. And I was going to watch it again last night. Just kind of like refresh my mind. And I was like, you know when we talk about length of the film? Pulp Fiction's 2.5 hours. I was never aware of that until now.
Yeah, no, it's got length.
I've watched it countless times. Hello?
It has got... Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Yeah, it's got length. But I was aware of it. But you know, it's just got so much going on that you're like, hey, I'm here for the ride. The first time this is the first time I went, shit, it's 2.5 hours long. And I was like, I've got work in the morning. Especially after a WrestleMania weekend, that's not the best idea. So it didn't happen. But I go back. What also hit me though, because I did start to watch the beginning, was the way you talk about how conversation just happens in the way Tarantino wrote Pulp Fiction. The way that they're in the car, it just flows. It just flows. It's so natural. Then it's these weird quirks of where they're looking at the time, and it's like it's 11:33. Yeah, we're a little early. Let's hang back for a bit. And they take the conversation over, continue where they were. And it's like, it's so natural, but so weird to see in the film at the same time. It's
so
perfect.
Natural. Listen, perfect. Pulp Fiction was a funny one for me to put on the list because of all the movies that I can quote, if that was the title, movies that I can quote, Pulp Fiction would be my number 1. Because there's no movie that I have watched more and which I have memorized more than Pulp Fiction. Like, I can recite the whole of Ezekiel 25:17. I can recite the whole of Antoine of Gomorrah. I can recite the whole of the Royale with Cheese segment. I can literally pretty much scene for scene, I can go through this movie. But the dialogue stuck with me that much. The reason I put it lower down my list is simply because although I can quote it, they're not quotes that I use a lot.
This was the issue. This was the issue.
However, I have some fun things I'd like to share. There is a line.
I'm just going to agree with you before you go to it, because I agree. Literally, it's that they're there. They're great conversation pieces. They're stuff you can reference, but it's not everyday use, essentially. And that was kind of why it was low for me as well. You're over to your fun facts.
I just want to go through a few of these funny lines here because it highlights how the fact that this has got more comments than any movie. Just remember for Rushmore, just saying. And I bet you I'll be able to actually add some to most of these. It's the one that says bad motherfucker. It's such a good line. But he comes and says, dead. Says dead. Whose motorcycle is this? It's a chopper, baby. Whose chopper is this? Zed's. Who's Zed? So good. Dorks. They look like dorks. Oh, Andy Hart says, on the subject of films that won't make the list, the Blues Brothers. You got it. Hole in one. Frank Torres. Oh, man, I shot Marvin in the face. The fuck you do that for? I kept his watch up my ass.
I always found that a weird scene in the film. Like, I know the film's weird as fuck anyway, but it's just that throwback. It was,
Who's narrating it?
What do you mean? Who's narrating?
Who's the narrator of that scene?
Well, it's through Bruce Willis's prism, isn't it?
Do you trust his narration?
Oh God!
Always with Tarantino, question the narrator. That's literally one of his.
Yeah. No, sorry. Do you know what? I just wanted to put a shout out to Bruce, who's had to retire based on his current condition. That was another situation. So as I just said, Bruce Willis. That's why I kind of paused there for a second. I was like, damn, yeah, a condition is taking Bruce out. But thank you for the memories, Bruce. Just want to put it out there.
Frank Torres. I gotta stab her 3 times. No. You don't stab her 3 times. You bring your fist down in a stabbing motion, but you gotta break through her chest plate. Chest bone is hard. That was such a fucked up scene to show in cinema. A chick ODing. I was like, oh God, this is
it's intense. It's intense, man. I remember watching that again.
So horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. It's
and
terrible.
The shoot up when they. Oh my God, yeah. It was that.
Don't be talking to me. I'm the foot fucking master. Would you give a guy a foot massage? Fuck you. Fuck you. Royale with cheese. What do they call a Big Mac? Well, a Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it Le Big Mac. Le Big Mac. What do they call a Whopper? I don't know. I didn't go to Burger King. You see, got this shit I like down, boy. Literally. Oh, Fuzzlegen, that's a great one. Check out the Big Brain on Bread. It was really you a smart motherfucker.
So he's like, say what one more time.
Good one. Yeah, literally, as you said it. Say what again? Say what again? I do. I double do, you motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Does he look like
a bitch? What? Oh, Frank Torres with a good one. If you give this Nimrod $500, I'm going to shoot him on principle. No, Jules, shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, don't be square. Okay, kitty cat. Oh man, I love it. You see what I mean? Dialogue in it is so fun that it becomes so memorable.
Quotable. Yeah.
Oh mate. Yeah, and it goes on and on and on. Frank Torres has got one here that I want to bring out. So, you know my background, what I did in Thailand. I used to film underwater with these guys here, represent today, National Geographic, my people. But I also used to fight, right? I remember after one of my later fights where I was on a bit of a roll and I thought nobody could touch me. That didn't end well for me, as you know. But I was on a bit of a roll, and I was doing an interview on TV after I got in a lot of trouble for this because I said the word. I dropped the F-bomb, obviously. I just want to fight and my adrenaline was up. What did you want? But they were like, how do you feel? Do you have any words for your next opponent? And I dropped a Pulp Fiction line. I'm the motherfucking Guns of Navarone. I put it back in my head, and I'm like, even to this day, I don't give a fuck. That's a bad man line. That is a bad man line to drop after a fight. So there's that one. Foot massages don't mean shit, which has already been mentioned. My personal favorite, which I will be teaching my daughter, but in a more eloquent way, fuck pride. Fuck pride. That is a good life lesson. Or a personal favorite of yours, AJ, I'm gonna get medieval on your ass. You hear me, hillbilly boy? I ain't done with you by a long shot. So good. Oh,
do you know what I thought was quite poetic?
And this is another great one. The dog's got personality. Personality goes a long way. So by that rationale, if a pig had more personality, he would cease to be a filthy animal. Well, we'd have to be talking about one charming motherfucking pig.
But you know, going back to the whole I'm gonna go medieval, watching the film again, just the opening yesterday again, right? It was that line that I don't even know if obviously Tarantino knows what he was doing with his writing it, but he goes, does Marcellus Wallace looks like he enjoys getting fucked by anybody else that isn't Mrs. Wallace? And then when you take it back,
yes, he did, Brett. You tried to fuck him. You tried to fuck him. Marcellus Wallace don't like to be fucked by anybody who isn't Mrs. Wallace. You read the Bible, Brett?
But he said that, and then we now find out what happened to Zed. So now we find out what happens to people who try to fuck Marcellus Wallace. So the balance is insane.
You remember Antoine Rockamora used to call him Tony Rockpower, half black, half Samoan. Yeah, I remember him. Fat, right? I wouldn't go so far as to call the brother fat. I mean, motherfucker Samoan. What's a nigga gonna do? It's so I can't even believe the N word came out my mouth. I feel terrible. I actually feel terrible. Sorry.
As I always say to people, it's in the lyric, it's in the line. Yeah, like what can you do? It's like I listen. There's a Kanye West and Jay-Z song. I don't want you to be like ends in Paris. Like no, if you say it, you say it. At the end of Juicy, when he goes, if you don't know, now you know.
Should I say it? Should I say it?
It's the people who look at me like, oh, do you mind? Bro, sing along. We're here. We're vibes in, man. We're vibes in. So it is what it is. So yeah.
That was your number 7 and my number 6. So what's your number 6?
I have a feeling this is most definitely in the world of punt.
Punt. You made the movie was Empire Strikes Back. That's a punt. What is wrong with you? Right, my number 7. Gonna go with the big one. Gonna go with The Godfather. There's a few. One of them's been mentioned already. Put the gun down. Take the cannoli. Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
You come to me on this day.
You come to me on this day, the day of my daughter's wedding, and ask for me to take the life of another man. Yeah, it's great. You've got where's the other one?
I'm gonna make him an African.
Gonna make him an African feels. To be honest, my personal favorite is it's not personal, it's business. Great line. It's a fucking great line. And it's one we all use. It's not personal, it's business. Like that's literally
part of
vocabulary lexicon.
It might have gone up a bit more had it been for that. Yeah. Fair play. Yeah, I mean you've listed them. We've spoken about The Godfather. And it's one of those films, again, when I look at it, this is one that has transcended its in time through pop culture. Like people still kind of relate it. You know, the kids today, I call them the kids, but the generations beneath us are aware and acknowledge The Godfather. So, you know, for that, it's earned its place.
Yeah. Question for both of us, AJ. Where the fuck's it just gone? Sorry, Frank Torres. Question for you two: Godfather or Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. No brainer.
Yeah, straight up.
More questions.
I appreciate what's The Godfather more than I did before, Like the fact that I'm like, I need to rewatch this after Godfather Part 2, but Goodfellas just caught me straight. Sadly, anyway, I won't say anymore, but didn't make my list, sadly, Goodfellas, even though it was very possible.
Gavin Man's just hurt me here. I think that impression is more Robin Hood Men in Tights than The Godfather. You call me Godfather, you know, fuck you. How about that? How about that? How about that? Fuck you.
I said Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and Godfather.
I love that film still, you know.
That was fun. It's great fun. Again,
it's so good.
It's on the revisit list, but it's yeah.
It's so good. Right, that was my 7 and 6. Top 5. What's your number 5?
Okay, we're there already. Right. So I said he was in there once before. He's in again. Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
So I love this film, but I never think of it as quotable. I'm all ears.
Alrighty then. In Like a Glove.
Like a glove.
Chicago.
Yeah, but I use them. That's why they're not quotable for me.
But again, I would go back to it. I think Alrighty Then was absolutely huge. Some people still kind of use it. It's not as big as it would be, but it's still there. In Like a Glove, I literally had a friend joke with me the other day. We're like, because we were talking Ace the day after he brought it back up. Again, these are other ones.
Pretty chitty bang bang, pretty chitty bang bang. What we'll do? Hi.
I was going to draw for that, but it is chitty chitty bang bang, so it's not essentially that. Then there's Equity Watcher. Equity Watcher. I realize you're still calling me Equity Watcher. That's how they know you, Ace.
Let that part out. Listen, there's that part with the fucking Monopoly, man.
Chicago.
Like, shish kebab, Shawshank Redemption, Chicago. You're out of there. No. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That kills me as well. But again, these are great moments, but I don't. For me, they're not quotable. But I get the love.
No, to me, it was like I actually nearly went through. I was torn between Ace 1 and 2, and I thought of those the lines that were prevalent in Ace 1 came in Ace 2. Then you had like your Chicago's, your Quincy Watchers, and all of that, and that's why I leaned into it. But it was those. Alrighty then. Yeah, those were very big, and I still feel they are not used as often, but still used. Whereas The Mask, I feel, is dead. Like no one says smoke it anymore. Like PARTY. It's the cheese is there, but you will still find people who will quote Ace, and that's why it got that position for me.
$7 is too much.
I mean, there was the other part that obviously you got it. I did quote it once in life, and I put it on Twitter. This is way before we started here. Podcast. I think I've told you the story before. Caught cramp in both legs, and I felt like the time when Jim got the Ace got the spears in both legs, and it was like,
See, that's my favorite thing about Ace Ventura is that moment you and me shared back where we literally simultaneously did it together. Fucking reenactment, synchronization. It was amazing.
Yeah. But Ace just was that film for me.
Gavin Mann says, wow, I would have went Pet Detective. Most of the quotes you mentioned came from the first film. This is true, AJ.
As I said, they came in it. They were there. But then I felt the few extras were used. That's what I said. Like all of the original, they're all in the original, plus the extra where you have your whole Chicago, the I can't remember the other one. The do not pass go, do not collect $200. It was those extra quirks that were great moments that I just felt like I could throw in there on top, and that's why I went with it. Personally, it's just like those are the ones I used to quote back in the day. Some have lasted, which are naturally from Pet Detective, for sure.
Fair. Fuzz Children says, I hope Borat got love today.
Sadly not.
Do you know what? No. I like Borat.
If I think of Borat, I would only say it's a nice, and that's like I can't think of anything else.
It's nice. Really. This is my sister. She's number 12 prostitute in all Kazakhstan, but I wouldn't say that.
This is what I'm saying. How quotable it goes. Like, it's a nice. Like, if it was on famous lines, by all means. But after that, like,
high five.
True, true. That one could have worked. And a few anti-Semitic.
I wouldn't put it in the top 10. Not for me.
Nah,
Andy says, I just watched all 3 Godfather movies at the cinema. First time I have seen the new Coda cut of Part 3. Better than the original cut. Really liked it. I'd like to see that because I'm a fan of Part 3 of The Godfather. Sue me. Really, really like it. Basketball, anyone? It has been too many years since I've seen basketball.
I've not seen it.
It's not your thing. It's South Park. It's South Park comedy.
Okay. I've heard of it here and there, but not seen it.
Absolutely not your thing. It's the guys from South Park in it, so it's not your thing.
Bro, by all means, you say that, but then I really want to see Book of Mormon. Weren't they the ones behind that as well? And I really
Are you ready? Are you ready to see Saddam Hussein give Darth Vader a blowjob on stage? It happens.
I probably won't bring the missus.
It's real. It's a thing. Ali Kamza says Rango is on there, or at least the Western. Westerns are not our jam, Mr. Kamza. We do not like Westerns here at the Movie Mount Rushmore. Sorry. Yeah, no. So that was your 5, yeah?
Yep.
All right, my 5. The Princess Bride.
I mean, quotable, as you wish, is very quotable to me on a very regular basis. And each time I say it, I now think of The Princess Bride when I say it.
Of course.
However, the rest of it are very much only when mentioning the film.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
Exactly.
Prepare to lie. I use that all the time. I'm not going to lie.
I'm kind of aware of you doing that as well, but it's not something
But I use it to fuck with people now. Like whenever I'm with someone on the phone and it's like an intro call and they say my name is, when someone hesitates at their name, I'll always step in Inigo Montoya. They're like, what? You killed my father, prepare to die. Instantly, what that does if it's a client is it builds a rapport for me. Like they'll either think I'm a complete fucking weirdo and never want to see me again, in which case bullet dodged. Or they'll be like, nice pull, in which case we can be friends.
Yeah,
Siphon out the shit with Inigo Montoya.
If it works, it works. Again, for me, as you wish is the only thing I find quotable from that. So I'm aware of
what's that brilliant line about never gamble with a Sicilian? That's another great line in this. It's got its lines, but it's as you wish because it's so widely used by literally every man out there trying to keep his woman happy. Or every person out there trying to keep their partner happy.
You know, as you wish is a thing that you do without even knowing it's Princess Bride. Then when you see it, it becomes more than just being like a subservient line. It actually becomes really sweet, you know. So that I must admit, I've been saying as you wish before I saw Princess Bride. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's really sweet.
There's a few others which have come in here, thank God, that have reminded me. I am the dreaded Pirate Roberts. Very good. He's only mostly dead. That's a great line. Gavin, man, thank you. I'm with Nico. My guy, I got you. But Wesley, what about the ROUSs? Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist. Very good line. We'll never survive. Nonsense. You're only saying that because no one ever has. That's one of my favorites. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box? That's Con Air. I know that. That's definitely Con Air. Put the bunny back in the box. I know that shit. Inconceivable. Of course. There's the word we needed. Thank you, Gavin, man.
That yeah. Not that I use it, but that is that I can imagine the pop culture in that one. So I respect that.
Inconceivable. Very good. Okay, you're number 4.
Right, in at number 4. Bit of a weird one, but I watched it again last night, and I think it's the impact it's had on pop culture that made me go for it.
Tell me.
Bingo.
I love that. I love that fucking film. I love that film so much.
Bro,
I love that film so much, I can't tell you.
Hey, it's there, but you know, one that so many people look at, but like, why are you so obsessed with me? Even led to Mariah Carey's song, Obsessed. We only wear pink on Tuesdays. I've literally seen that shit on t-shirts. Like, it's a thing. She doesn't go here. You can't sit with us. Fetch will never happen. Like,
stop trying to make fetch happen. Yeah, fugly.
Yeah. I think it's my ESPN. Like, there was a few in there, and I was like,
too gay to function.
Too gay to function. Yes, I remember watching that one. I was like, I'm going to use that tomorrow, but be like, it was a product of its time. But again, yeah, you're damn right. And I completely forgot it. But yeah, too gay to function. Like Mean Girls just has those lines, and they've really, when I break it down, I was like, Fugly, I was like, I think Mean Girls was the one that brought that out. Like it has those hits, it has those beats. So I was like, it needs its mention.
You're from Africa. How come you're not black?
Gretchen, was it Gretchen? You can't have people why they're white. It was like, what
There's a 2% chance that it's snow, that it's raining. It's so weird.
I just get drenched in rain.
It's such a weird film.
And it's like Kevin and G. Hey, Africa.
Hey, Africa. Right. Oh, God. What was he called? Kev G or something?
Kevin and G or something like that. Like, I can't remember the full thing. But like, Kevin and G, you sucker MCs got nothing on me. What the fuck is?
Oh, dearie me.
Wow, great fun with that film.
Love Mean Girls. It's such a fun, weird, dark movie.
Yeah.
Oh, dark. This is the lengths that kids will go to for popularity, and we encourage this. What does that say about it?
One of the lines that I heard yesterday, and I was like, so true. They're like, so Halloween is the one excuse for girls to dress up as sluts and no one can judge them. She was like, I didn't get the memo, but it was like, it's so true. So true.
Slutty cat. What is a slutty cat?
Why are you dressed like that? Can't you tell I'm a bunny? And it's like, what the hell?
Slutty bunny. Good Lord. Oh, very good.
Okay.
I was half a virgin when I met him. Such a good line. Oh dear. Andy Hart says Mean Girls is great, but on a similar note, I would have to go with Heathers.
I haven't seen Heathers. I heard about Heathers, but I just didn't get a chance to see it, to be honest. It's older than Mean Girls, to be fair. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the year or what have you, but it was something I wanted to see.
Fuzz Aldrin says, I hope Clerks gets some love today. Do you know what? It's been so long since I've seen Clerks, I wouldn't be able to put it on here.
I need to pay some proper love to Kevin Smith, if I'm honest.
Yes, you do. Kevin Smith is fucking great.
I appreciate everything that Kevin Smith does, but I've not watched his films, so it's weird to say that. Like, I appreciate the involvement he does in comics and stuff like that, and the writing, but I've never actually really watched a lot of Kevin Smith films. It's weird, because I don't hate it. Like, it's really weird why I've not connected with these films.
They're brilliant. You must. There's one or two duds, but they're mostly brilliant. You need to check them out.
I did watch most of Jay and Silent Bob Reloaded, actually, and I had a great time with that.
So Jay and Silent Bob Reloaded is really good, and it's even better if you've grown up with the whole Kevin Smith thing, because it's very self-aware about how these guys are old now.
Yeah.
And I actually thought respect to Ben Affleck for belittling himself like non-directly as Batman. I was like, Affleck's the best Batman. Fucking right, y'all. Thought that was quite. I like to see actors who are self-aware.
Yeah.
All right, my number 4. No need to riot, people. Here it is. My favorite comedy of all time: Monty Python and the Holy Grail. We are the night to say.
Again,
Brave Sir Robin, he ran away. Brave Sir Robin, he ran away. So fucking good.
Stop that. No, stop.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smells like elderberry.
I fought in your general direction.
I fought in your general direction. So
Do you know what's weird?
good.
I actually watched it last night as well.
Fishy lavash. Fishy lavash. 'Tis but a scratch. That one I have used. That one I have used.
Yeah. 'Tis but a flesh wound after. Come back here. I'll bite your legs off.
I'll bite your legs off. I'm sure Pepperami, it's a bit of an animal, got its idea.
For sure, 100%. There is nothing, no in-betweens on that. No in betweens. That's a direct rip.
It's so good though.
Yeah, like I watched it again last night, and I was like, it's when you talk about the film as tis but a scratch. I think I've used here and there, but like the rest of them, like they're very referenced to the film, and that's where I was like, yeah, I missed out for me. But
there are some who call me Tim. Stop! What is your name?
what is your favorite color?
Color. Oh dear, blue. No.
That was so stupid.
When suddenly the animator suffered a heart attack, the cartoon peril was no more. Very good. Get on with it. Yes, that's a brilliant one. Get on with it. It's so good. When danger raised its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Bravely brave Sir Robin. So good.
Each time in the war, run away.
Oh, and the opening. Yes, Andy, we apologize again for the fault in the subtitles. Those responsible for sacking the people who have just been sacked have been sacked. Bro, they're brilliant. They like, I swear WWE were like learning how to do time wasting from Monty Python. Let's make a movie where literally we walk all of 50 feet. Like, so good. So good. Oh, yes. Nothing to add. That film's awesome. You're number 3.
Right. One that I believe you still haven't seen. Chris Tucker's debut. Friday. Shit, I didn't actually crop the name in. Yeah. Yeah, Ice Cube.
Sadly not, mate. No.
Yeah. So, have you ever heard the word by Felicia?
Mm-hmm.
By Felicia. You know people say that nowadays?
Bye, Felicia. Yes. Yeah.
Friday.
Is it from here?
Yeah. You just got knocked the fuck out. Friday. You probably haven't heard this one, but Big Worm, when he talks to Chris Tucker, has this part he's called Smokey, and Smokey's like stealing these drugs and stuff like that, and he's not going with the money. He's like, come on, Smokey. Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. Like, these are lines that I have used time and time again. Damn, that big long down soundbite. It's from Friday.
Yeah.
I said you.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Like, Friday has got the lines, man. Puff puff pass. What are you doing? You're fucking up the rotation. Like, anything that you've heard anytime with smokers, puff puff pass, it's from here. Yeah, like it's got so many of these lines that I just thought of, and I was like, yeah, fuck me, man. Friday has done it. Like, Friday has got the lines. It's just one of those films that has got them. Yeah,
I can't add because I still haven't seen it.
It's on Netflix, bro. Like, do yourself a favor and watch fucking Friday.
Be a man, Craig.
Yeah, Be a Man, Craig, from his dad. That's a top one. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but
you ain't got to lie.
And you know this, man. Have you ever heard that anywhere? Like, maybe not. Okay.
No.
By the time you finish Watch Friday,
Smokey is back here taking a shit.
Friday's got lines, man.
Yes, bro. Nate, I haven't seen Friday. Sorry.
I'm allowed.
You're invited to watch all 3. Come.
Yeah.
How come every time I come in the kitchen, you're in the
kitchen? I want to eat some food. I want to go to my fridge. You at the fridge. And there's another part. Oh, bro, I don't even want to spoil it for you, but there's a toilet scene. What do you mean you can't smell my shit? All I'm going to say is that, right? I will let you watch the film and appreciate the magic behind what that means.
I do need to watch
fucking gold.
This $1 million baby in Matilda, you've got me by the nuts in.
Cool.
I do need to watch this. Right, my number 3. People are going to look at me like you're just quoting one of your favorite films here. It's like, nope. I actually, because I'm weird, because it is one of my favorite films. So many lines here I use literally every day. Lord of the Rings. Now AJ is going to be like, what quotes?
But here's the thing. Are we talking the first one? I'm not like drawing for you, but I did say it's sort. I did see it say trilogy. Are you like taking from all films? Are you
If
aiming
I
from a
look,
specific film?
I can quote from all films.
I know you fucking
very
good. I'm just
easily.
asking which way you going.
I'd probably go with. Oh, it's annoying because there's one line from Return of the King that I use so much at the moment with my daughter, but mostly I'd probably pull for lines from Fellowship of the Ring. But I mean, to go with all of them, and I do use these, so call me weird, but it's things like so this is the one from Return of the King, and I use this all the time with my daughter, not in a weird way though, don't worry. Basically, Legolas and Gimli in the extended version of Return of the King, the scene after Helm's Deep, they come back to Rohan and they're having a drink off, right? And Gimli sort of is getting absolutely plastered, and he goes, "It's the dwarves that go swimming with little hairy women." I've just kind of turned that into, "It's the daddies who go swimming with little cute women." You know? I change it up. I make my own thing out of it. I'm just doing me right here. You've got this one I use all the time, and it's weird. Into the mines. Quick, into the mines. Now, I use that literally at the most random fuck times. Like, it could be something like when I leave my house and I go down the stairs. It's like a tick now. I literally go, as I'm walking down the stairs, into the mines. Because I'm weird that way. I don't know why. It's just the thing I do.
It's your top 10. It's your top
10. Or there's a scene in the Fellowship of the Ring where they go into the mines of Moria and they get to Dwellendelf, the big dwarven city, and Gandalf says, "Let me risk a bit more light in here." I cannot fucking turn a light switch on in my living room without saying that. Let me risk a bit more light in there. I'm weird, forgive me. I'm proper weird, but I do it. It's what I do. You've also nasty, tricksy, force. Use that all the time. Whenever Anya usually wins an argument after we've made up, we'll be hugging. I'll just say, "It's nasty." And she gets the reference every fucking time. It's nasty, tricksy, force. It's nasty, precious. Horrible. So yes, that one I use all the time. There's even one from the fucking Hobbit that I use, where you've seen all of the Hobbit movies or not?
No.
Have you seen the scene with Smaug the dragon?
No. Because I'll be honest, I've watched the first Hobbit, and then I took your advice of watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy before I do the whole thing.
Which you still haven't done.
That's a lot of time. It's a lot of time.
Pulp
especially
Fiction's 2.5 hours.
Extended.
Just saying.
Huh?
Pulp Fiction's 2.5 hours. Just saying.
I know, but Pulp Fiction has. I don't know. I'm not going to shit on your film. But
very careful.
You must be aware that it has length on it, though. I can't see you feel like, oh, well, that didn't feel long. Like you're aware of the length of this film, right?
No, because it's so good that you're not aware of it. How dare you besmirch the Lord of the Rings in any way, shape, or form?
I'm just asking.
And you've also got the one which is fucking meme to crazy now, the Council of Elrond, when Boromir goes, "One does not simply walk into Mordor." You can change that to whatever you like. Like I fucking used it literally a few days ago with the wife. I had not slept well. She puts the baby on me, and with my eyes still closed, I went, "One does not simply rouse a sleepy father." And she immediately took the baby off me. So I was like, "Hey, see, my guy, it works." But yeah, that one from The Hobbit that I was going to tell you about. There's literally a line where Smaug tricks Bilbo into taking the ring off, and he goes, "There you are, thief in the shadow." Every time Anya steals my candy and I catch her, thief in the shadow. And I always make her jump when I do it. It's great. She thinks she's getting away with that little rustling in the background. Thief in the shadow. Can I have one of your Percy pigs? You may. Yeah, man. Look, for me, it's a weird one. Lord of the Rings is infinitely quotable. It's one of those things where it's not because it's got lines that are so quotable, but it's because I love the movie much. Literally reappropriated the line, so for me, it's become quotable.
Fair play. Can't argue with that.
Francis Lalonde. Oh, there's some great ones. Fly, you fools. That's a good one from Ali. I mean, there's a ton of quotes, to be honest. Ali carries on and says, Francis Lalonde says, but which film? I'll pull for Fellowship of the Ring. We've got one here. What made Saruman the wise abandon all reason? Very good. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. You have no power here, Gandalf the Grey. Yes, there's so many good ones. Oh, so many good ones. This one, Ali, I would leave off because it comes from Samwise the Twat. I can't carry the ring, but I can carry you. Shut up. City West Country twat. That's not to say people from the West Country are twats. I'm saying that Sean Astin's a twat.
But Sean Astin's not from West Country.
He does a West Country accent for Sam.
Yeah, fair play. Okay. But it's
fish. I love tasty, wriggling fish.
Oh, very good. Leave Sauron to me. The last line from Saruman. Yeah. Very, very good.
The nasty northern lances. Who's on first?
I'll do everything in a Gollum accent from now on. And Frank Torres says, question, you only get to watch one show this year. Are you watching Lord of the Rings or Amazon or House of Dragons on HBO? Lord of the Rings on Amazon. Not even a question.
That's not a question for him. That really isn't.
That's so easy. More questions. Are you actually thinking about this?
I probably
You'd go House of Dragon, wouldn't you?
I probably would. Bro, it's not even a shots fired situation. I feel like I would have to do the films before I acknowledge all that's going on in the Lord of the Rings. Having completed Game of Thrones, I think I could go House of Dragon. Do you get where I'm going?
But Game of Thrones end was bad.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Again, I think because I went through Lord of the Rings, like I was going to say Game of Thrones. No, yeah, Game of Thrones. I went through Game of Thrones like nobody's business. I'd done season 1 and caught up to everyone who were at season 8. So I was just like a week or two behind everyone. Some of the things that you guys had to wait for were a bit more logical to me. And who ended up being king just about happened to hit me in the head. Like, I wonder if he would make him king. It was just one of those random thoughts I had. So when it did happen, I was like, yeah, not where I would have gone, but fair enough. Still Arya for the win, but that's a different story in itself. Yeah. It is what it is.
Prince Oberyn.
Do you know what? I'm going to say this again.
Such a cool character.
I don't like to get into details because I know there's potentially one person who has not watched an episode of Game of Thrones yet, who is yet to watch it. I was disappointed at the fall of Joffrey. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going any further.
Oh no, it's fucking great.
No, it could have been a whole lot worse. He deserved worse. He deserved
poisoned in front of his mother.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's pretty fucking horrible.
Joffrey
and it came out of nowhere. Just
again, I don't want to spoil it.
Bro, I just remember because I was in my chair watching this, looking. God, you hated him, didn't you?
Honestly, most hated man on TV ever. However, because I saw you the other day and I said to you, watch Power. Tariq is not far behind, but Joffrey still takes the crown.
That deep, huh?
When you see Tariq, you'll come back to me and be like, I just want to smack the fuck out of that kid. I swear to you. And I've only watched original Power people. I haven't seen book 2, so I don't know if you start to appreciate him more. But you want to smack Tariq. Yeah.
Frank Torres, opinion. The Return of the King on GameCube is one of the best on that console. I agree. I've got it sitting right down there. Got my little GameCube right there.
GameCube was the one console I didn't get from Nintendo. Aside from this,
I loved it. I love my Nintendo GameCube still to this day. It's such a satisfying console to play. Francis Lalonde, we have a Gollum request.
Round up the usual suspects. The nasty, force and tricksy, evil suspects.
Okay, no more.
Frank, just because you are here, I just want to know, just literally thumbs up or thumbs down. Your thoughts on the weekend that was WrestleMania, my friend. You were there with us on our prediction podcast. I'd love to know what your thoughts were. All right. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add, Nick?
Andy Hart says Oberyn was a dick. He had that fight won and fucked himself. Oh, he did.
Oh, for sure.
Sure. He so did. Gavin Mann says Game of Thrones got much harsher pasting than it should have. The last few seasons were not as good as previous, but the super low ratings did not represent what I saw on screen.
I'd agree.
Oh,
I found the ending very. It felt rushed. It sounds weird, but it just was like it just didn't make sense why certain people would have
it was so rushed.
in wrestling would have said the heel turn. It just became overpowered, over crazed out of nowhere, and I was just like, ugh. And that's where it just felt a bit weak. But,
and I rewatched it, like the whole thing, because Anya basically only saw the Anya's weird. She started at the end and then wanted to rewatch the whole thing. She likes seeing endings and then seeing how we get there. It's just the way she
do that. Don't do that.
I know, but that's how she's weird.
I can't
like
even
that.
go midway, you know. I can't even go midway. I'm just like, no.
I hear that. I'm with you. But that's one of the ways she likes to entertain herself. And you know, she was like, no, let's go back and watch it. Maybe they'll be planting seeds the whole way for her going crazy. And I was like, baby, they don't. They absolutely do not plant seeds for her going cuckoo. And we watched the whole thing pretty much without pause. There's no sign of her turning heel.
No, that's the thing.
Like none.
That's what bugged me.
None. Right, yeah. So that was my 3: Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Marvelous it.
AJ, you're number 2.
Right, it's the one you kicked yourself for. Nearly toyed with making it number 1, but it's been number 1 before and stuff for me. Snatch.
Yeah, I'm fucking kicking myself for leaving this off, you know.
Like, I remember back in the day, put it this way, any game I play now and it has a Desert Eagle, I will do the Desert Eagle 2.5 as opposed to yours, which says replica. It's the weird bits. Like if you think of someone doing their socks, you're like,
bro, that whole fucking dialogue.
The whole
dialogue lead to the Desert Eagle 0.50. Oh, you must be the big dick, and you brought your mincy faggot balls along for a ride. The whole thing is
the whole
brilliant.
thing. But I'm talking about Desert. Obviously, I'm not going to quote that every time I play Tomb Raider and I see it with a Desert Eagle. Oh, you must be the big dick. But do you get what I'm saying? Like those lines that go to it.
It would be cold-blooded if you did, though. You know that.
It would be very
cold-blooded as fuck. And you brought your 2 little mincy faggot balls along for the ride. Like a prick. You're shrinking. And your 2 little mincy faggot balls are shrinking. You'd be proper fucking cold-hearted if you did that.
There's that. I'm not buying that. That's good because I'm not fucking selling it. Like again, you know,
fact.
Like,
Yeah.
It's those little bits again because it's like all bets are off. Like you could go to all bits. Here's another one when you look at someone who's trying to park and they're like, it's too tight. Too tight.
Too tight.
No, you could fit a jumbo fucking jet in there.
Was that a funny angle? Funny angle? When you reverse, things come from behind. Oh, tis a fucking anti-aircraft rifle. So that's always the one I love. Open him up. What do you mean open him up? You know what I mean. Open him up. He's not a fucking can of baked beans.
So I said the dog gets fucked. What? Proper fuck.
Or is the bullet dodger? Why do they call him the bullet dodger?
Because he dodges bullets, Abby. Your audio's gone again, bro.
Hello.
Yeah. It's all of those bits. And I mean, everything that comes out of Bricktop's mouth.
Do you know what Nemesis means?
There we go. It just, yeah.
Go for it. You got this one.
Oh God, no! You. I must admit, I'm blanking on it. I know the lines.
A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent, personified in this case by a horrible cunt. Me.
That's the part I remember. But it's just, what was it? Blimey, your girlfriend got a mouth. It's just
No,
all
it's
of
not
these
that.
lines.
It's not that. Fuck me, your girlfriend got a voice, Turkish. Have you seen? Has everyone seen Snatch Wars?
No.
What?
No. Oh no!
Snatch.
Sorry, yes, no. The YouTube thing. So I thought it was a show.
Bricktop is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's
that.
Everyone, once you have finished watching this, please go and just search Snatch Wars.
It is
Darth Vader, fully Sten gangster, life altering, so good.
So Tommy,
You can call me Susan if it makes you happy. For every reaction, there is a reaction, and a pikey reaction is quite a fucking thing.
So why don't
You should
just
never
put
underestimate the predictability of stupidity. So good. So good.
so many lines
Oh.
in that? You know, why do you have that? In case you get attacked by the Germans.
Oh, Frank, we're going to be able to entertain you here. The Germans is a great line. Once and for all, what is a bad boy yardie? No one in Florida knows for sure. You are the correct ascendancy to describe the song appropriately, AJ.
So
But I can take this one if you want me to not be such a wide boy.
no. I mean, you could be, in case you want to bust a cap in their ass. Just another Turkish reference. A bad boy yardie. So essentially, if you're going to look at Idris Elba done a film called Yardie. Essentially, when from my point of view, when I ever talk about yardies, which I wouldn't say I really saw in Snatch, a yardie are it's going to sound bad to say bad boy yardies. They're the guys that you see in Jamaica that you don't want to fuck with. And yardie essentially means they're just always outside their yard and they protect the yard, being the home. So that's what they are. Essentially, now
And
when you're talking about yardie,
and in the UK, they are
it's your bad boy
gangsters. You can say what it is.
It's your bad boy black gangsters, but they tend to have emigrated or have Caribbean descent. That's essentially what you're looking at. So it's your drug smugglers, your bad boys. You know, they wheel a deal. They do their things.
The Yardies were an actual gang that came to prominence in the 70s, and they took control of the two main estate blocks.
Gang. I would never call Yardies a gang because
they called themselves a gang.
I wouldn't have said that. I mean, the Yardies stepped up against the Tommy boys, which I'm eternally grateful for, because the Jamaicans really took it to them when the Tommies would be out there and just randomly attack any passing black man. The boy them from Yard just knew how to handle it, so it became a thing where people started to run for their lives. They just randomly put one up.
I love it when you start your Caribbean come through. Them Yard boy, they know.
No, but it was you have to put a little twang to it because they handled business essentially, which essentially I would say would be why I'm here to talk and tell the story. But essentially, Frank, the question is: bad boy yardies are the guys you don't want to mess with, those of Caribbean descent who handle their business. I wouldn't say the cast of Top Boy because they're a bit more gangster, but it's those, I would say, that slightly older generation who would
the term Top Boy came from the Yardies in the 70s. Just putting that one out there.
I think another film, Babylon, might be a film that could give you a good idea.
Fire in Babylon.
No. Babylon. Fire in Babylon's a cricket film, isn't it?
It's a fucking great film.
Coincidentally,
I don't like cricket.
Where I interviewed both Ashley Walters and Kano, where they promoted Top Boy. Yeah.
Did you actually?
But, yeah.
Let's get that
interview
on the channel then, please, mate.
Come again?
Let's get the interview on the channel, please.
I would. Do you know what happened? And this is the biggest faux pas that's ever happened in my life. My aunt was my camera person at the time. Fucking awesome camera person, my dad. So it's not just like a family thing. And she was really worried about, this is a huge confession, by the way, really worried about the battery dying on the mic. She's like, oh, it hasn't been charged. Some smart ass decided to turn off the mic to save the battery, and then we turn it back on when it was time to interview. Forgot to turn it back on. So it's literally the camera's mic that's caught it, and we've got a fucking still pan, so it's not the best interviews out there. She had to. If you saw the edit she'd done to make it worth something, but to be fair, I think the still pan had stopped when Ashley Walters and Kano were there. So that part is actually quite vocal, but still not as strong as it could have / should have been. Yeah, always kick myself for that one.
A few more comments have come through here. Andy Hart, you're on thin fucking ice, my pedigree chums, and I will be under it when it breaks. Now, fuck off. What's in the car? Seats in the steering wheel. Jen's here. Sorry, I'm late, Nico. Jen, I'm just glad you're here, bro. Thank you.
That's the one we
Are they Lancashire pigs? Fuck me, your girlfriend got a voice Turkish.
And it's a whole breakdown of pigs. Why you should never
London, you know, London. Fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London. In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
Snatch is golden when it comes to lines, man. And they can be used. Like, I know I've used them. That's the thing that makes it so beautiful when it comes to Snatch.
Frank Torres says, I don't care if he's Muhammad, Ahmad, Bruce Lee. You can't change fighters.
And Francis Lon, yes, Snatch Wars. So some editing genius has superimposed Bricktop's voice onto iconic Darth Vader scenes, and it works. Please, everyone, when you have finished watching us live, it's 5 to 7 minutes of your time. Go and watch Snatch Wars. It will blow you away. So funny. So funny. Oh, nothing, Tommy. It's tip-top. I'm just not sure about the color. What do I know about caravans? Well, you spent last summer in one. You know more than me. It's a great line. Means you know more than me. Oh, brilliant. Oh, mate.
Talking of Tommy, did you see that film I sent to you? Boiling Point.
Yes, I have. I haven't watched it yet, but I've noted that it's there.
Yeah. Good film.
Let me just put your Rushmore there, Francis, for later.
Actually, guys, we're out at number 2. So
good one, Errol. Fuckface. Good one, Errol. I'll remember that when I'm coming up your mum. Yeah, guys, start dropping your Rushmores down below, your 4 picks for the most quotable movies. And as we say that, it is over to my number 2, which is the point from earlier, The Empire Strikes Back.
Take it away. I can if you want. I mean, but it's
I know. The best line that Anya and I say to each other all the time. I love you. I know. Do or do not.
There is
no try. Such a great line. I can't believe it. That is why you fail. It's so good. I love this film so much.
I mean, obviously, there is the force is with you. I am your father, or whatever the line is, because I know it's
all of that.
Yeah. And that's why I went for that over New Hope. I know they say the force is strong within this one, which is quite prominent as well. But
in this one. Force is strong in this one. Frank Torres says Empire is terrific. Thank you, Frank. Pedro Santos in the house. Opa, opa, opa. Love that. It's not my fault from Goodwill Hunting. That is a good line.
Yeah.
I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it further. That's a gangster line if you drop that one, Frank.
That is a big one.
Love
that. That is a very big one.
Impressive. Most impressive. So good. Okay. We could talk Star Wars all fucking day, couldn't we? So let's not, because we've subjected the Silver Screen dudes to that plenty of times. AJ, what's your worst?
Well, I was going to falter from that, and I believe you are the reason, because at first I didn't have a worst, and then I kind of thought there is actually a worst, and it is in the Star Wars field. And you have quoted them so many times that it actually stuck into my head of, this film has some shitty lines. It's over, Anakin. I have the higher ground. I hate sand. And obviously, Big Tone. Oh, this one grinds my fucking gears. Unlimited power. We are talking Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Episode 3. Fucking hate it. Oh, some lines.
That film is so shit. Oh. See, it's when you see films like this and you're like, how is there even an argument of what's better, the prequels or the sequels? It is not a debate in my mind. The story went off the rocks with the sequel trilogy. I'll listen to that all day long. Films are much better made than the prequels. It's so bad, this film. Do you know what? I've also gone Star Wars, but not with this one. I've gone with Attack of the Clones. You know why?
Yeah.
I hate sand.
Oh, was that in number 3? I thought it was in part 3.
Number 2 gave us the worst, most memeable line in the entire history of Star Wars. I hate sand. Dickhead.
See, for lines it would work, but then, I mean, don't get me wrong, the hate is applicable, but when we're talking about quotable, I suppose it's quotable. Yeah.
In my opinion, the Jedi are evil. What? Twat. Sorry, I see this shit. In my opinion, the Jedi are evil. No, I will not lose you, Padme. I hate sand. Why are people excited for him coming back?
Can I ask you a question?
Am I the only motherfucker in the world who's like somewhat balanced in all this? It's like, you may be angry at how the story of the sequel trilogy turned out. You cannot tell me how are you excited to see Hayden Christensen back? Did you forget he's terrible?
Can I ask you a question?
Is the nostalgia that strong with this one?
Here's a question for you. Who grinds your gears more? Hayden Christensen for his damage in Star Wars, or Sean Astin for his damage in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, Hayden. Oh, Hayden. It's and I don't like Sean Astin, but Hayden, fuck me. Oh, shit. Oh, God. He's such a moaning little twat.
Fair play. I mean,
it's a bad actor, and you can tell he's being directed by someone who doesn't know how to get the best out of his actors. Like, for instance, Dave Bautista, by his own admission, is not a good actor. And yet he's good in Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you know why? Because the director knew how to use him and understood what his limitations were. Therefore, gave him lines like, "Why would I put my finger on his throat?"
Yeah.
Good line. And you can say it dry and scary, and it comes off as funny. You understand the limitations of what you're working with. I think the Jedi are evil. Right. Did everyone forget how shit he is? Or is it just me? Like, you may hate the narrative of the sequels. I'm not so fond of it. All of the criticisms I will agree with. They're still better than the prequels. It's actually crazy to me that it's a debate, but yeah.
Cool. Any comments, or are we good?
It comes to Mortal Kombat Annihilation for worse. That's a great shout. Pedro Santos has got jokes. I'm coming in late, but did Nico say Vankerman for his number one? No, sir. No, sir.
Not a chance in hell. Can I just throw something out there? I don't know if you had a chance to watch it. I haven't finished it, if I'm honest, but I didn't find anything quotable. When looking at this, just to find out if there's anything I missed or forgot, I think Mean Girls came up as something to remind me. Airplane was quoted quite a lot. I didn't find the film quotable. Like, it's got some funny one-liners.
Thank you. I fucking watched Airplane last night, and I was like, maybe it's going to be AJ's number one. I watched it. I'm like, what is the hype about?
I get stuff to be product of its time. I get that, but
that's fine.
Don't get me wrong. I
wouldn't say.
Come again.
It was proper racist, though. Fucking hell,
bro. That was like the whole body.
Whoa. I haven't been caught that off guard by unaware racism in a movie since rewatching Fawlty Towers and hearing the general drop the N-bomb. And it's like, whoa!
Churchill wasn't some. Whoa! I remember that one hit me like a ton of bricks, man. It hit me like the bus hit Regina. I was like, whoa! Hello, where did that come from? But yeah, it was weird. But yeah, I didn't find it quotable. I was like, okay, I get it, but like, yeah. And at points, I thought, for a film that's an hour and a half, I shouldn't have thought there were parts that dragged. That is sad, but real. Like, I'm not saying I'm.
Oh, it drags like fuck. It drags like fuck. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say something again. Leave it to Nico to say the unpopular thing. Airplane's not funny. It's just not.
I just found it. Do you know? It's weird because it made me re-question why my love of spoof. Because I was like, is this what? Because I think it was kind of what kind of maybe kicked it off. It maybe is what kicked off spoof. And I'm like, And I must admit, it's been a long time since I've watched the spoof comedies. Essentially, my number one is a better told spoof, but you know those other ones that it's got its own story. And
interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't get it. I was like, I get how iconic and Don't Call Me Shirley is like, yeah, ha ha ha, I get it. But quotable?
It had some good one-liners, if I suppose that's what we're looking for. But it was like, you know, where they play on the Victor, Raja, this, that, and the other. Like, all of those bits were smart, but it wasn't for me to be like quotable. Like, when am I going to do that? Oh, are you nervous? Yeah. Your first time? No, it's not my first time being nervous. So it's like I get them, but where would I ever get a chance to be able to use that short of being on a plane? You know,
Well,
it's weird.
People disagree with that.
Listen,
Airplane is-
I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it, but quotable, no.
Surely you did find it quotable, AJ, says Pedro. Pedro got jokes. Surely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm positive and don't call me Shirley. The other obvious submission with Nell and I. Oh, it's been so many fucking years since I've seen with Nell and I. I really need to rewatch
I
it.
must admit I haven't seen it. So I was just like, yeah, can't quote what I hadn't seen.
So spoof movies, you're number one. Oh. Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I know.
Cool. Austin Powers.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's. I just realized what I said the behind the scenes there bit, but yeah, do you know what? It hit me. It was a last minute entry. And I was like, "That, of course." Like the more I thought of it, and I'm like, "Do I want it to be number one or not?" I put it there, and I was like, "It may move." And Snatch possibly could have taken it, but if you look at when we talk about pop culture and it being used, Austin Powers wins. Laser. I shall call him Mini Me.
Mini Me. Wrong finger. Get it right. Get it right.
I know. I don't even know why I went there. Oh,
Mini Me, stop pumping the laser. All I asked for is a freaking volcano lair. All I asked for was some freaking sharks with freaking lasers on their heads. You're the margarine of evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just one calorie. Not evil enough.
But these are the ones. And then it's the obvious ones. The oh, behave. Yeah, baby. Do I make you horny? Like all of these little bits that people still use as a thing.
Do I make you horny? Do I make you randy? You're hairy like animal. Girl, baby. Very good. Make love to me, monkey man. I love that whole fucking scene with Austin and what's her name? I've humble. So good. I've had bigger chunks of corn in my crap. I want my baby back ribs. Is it possible to order ribs and not see that?
One? You know how often the other half brings up baby back ribs? Like anytime we ever go to a steakhouse and she sees ribs, that's it. She starts singing it straight away. Like it's that, you know. Zip it, exhibit A, zip it. All the different ways he
when a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good. Look at me, I'm Zippy Longstocking. Would you like a suckle of my zipple? Prepare to die, Powers. You can't win, Powers. Say goodbye, Powers. Why won't you die?
Even Mojo
done well.
Yeah, even Mojo. Like I've lost my mojo. Like that's the thing. I don't. You know, when it comes to stuff like that.
Good one too. I was dead sexy. You were crap.
I remember that one.
Wait a minute. Kind of looks like a baby. Oh, it's nutty and corny. Christ, I'm getting all emotional because of the pain. Fuck. I've lost my mojo. Yeah, that's another huge one, of course. Okay, you have a point here. This is monumentally quotable.
Yeah. It was a late entry for like, fuck. Of course, Austin Powers is just like it, and especially Spy Who Shagged Me. It just keeps coming. So, yeah, that was my number one.
Very interesting. YG says, out of interest, guys, which Bond film do you think is most quotable?
I would go GoldenEye, but that's out of personal.
I mean, kind of all of them, no?
I mean, there is that, but I mean, again, GoldenEye was always just going to get my vote in anything. So, yeah, I'll do that.
I mean,
for
me
England,
too.
James.
No, for me. Yeah, that's a great line, you know, for England. No, for me. Very good. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go with GoldenEye. I am invincible. Definitely GoldenEye.
Thank you. Cool.
Frank Torres is with us. GoldenEye is my most quotable. Yes.
Well done, Frank.
Love it. Okay, so
I'm going to give you a little story for my number one. Because it's not quotable to the average person. Remember, I already showed that I'm quite weird with the Lord of the Rings thing, right? Okay. My number one, let me explain it. I'll drop the name. You don't mess with the Zohan.
I have heard. I'm sure you've done some Zohan lines like this weekend. I'm sure.
So many. So many. Listen, You Don't Mess with the Zohan is an unabashed stoner / drink movie, right? The more inebriated you are, the better this film gets. It is stupid comedy. For me, it's one of Sandler's better movies. Now, you got to understand this. I was at the time living on the other side of the world when this came out, as you know.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of friends yet, and I just moved to a new country. I was still meeting people, and the kind of people I came into contact with again and again was the other diving instructors when we were on the dive boats together, right? And I formed quite a tight bond with two guys, one called Mark. Fuck me, why can't I remember his name? One called John. Can't remember it. John, well done, Nico. And the morning rush before clients arrive onto a dive boat is quite intense. You're running back and forth up along this long pier, lifting heavy fucking tanks on your back, putting them on the boat. It's only sort of 7:30, but the Thai heat's already sweltering hot, right? And you need to somehow get everything on the boat ready, then quickly get showered and quickly get, neat and presentable for when clients arrive on the boat, yeah? And I formed a really nice bond with these guys because much like me, they were also movie fans, and they also independently really gravitated towards You Don't Mess with the Zohan, to the degree where there was one morning where, and it was the strangest thing because it's just the word not, because there's this iconic scene in You Don't Mess with the Zohan where the evil character, John Turturro, called the Phantom, is being called by this little side character played by Rob Schneider, right? And they've got this brilliant back and forth going, you don't kill the Zohan. I kill the Zohan. You don't kill the Zohan. Zohan is here in New York. I have seen the Zohan. Present picture. And they do this brilliant back and forth where Salim, Rob Schneider, essentially blackmails Phantom, who's built up this big empire on the basis of he killed the Zohan, which he never did, right? And there's this, I want 50% Mukhan Tukhan restaurant. No. 25%. No. I want yogurt shop attached to Mukhan Tukhan chain. We call it Salim Yogurt Shop. Okay. I want profit from yogurt shop. No. Some profit. No. I want free sample whenever I go to yogurt shop. Okay. Within reason. And I want some of your wives. Kissimmelig. 50 wives. No. 25 wives. I get one wife. She give one pee touch. Okay. Hey, Yosalini. And it's just the fact that it's this most random segment of blackmail and just the word not being said so brilliantly, repeatedly, that it was one of those things where one of them one morning on the boat just said, hey, Nico, could you pass me that MK25 first aid? I just went, no. It came out naturally. And then he looked at me and went, Zohan? And I was like, my guy. And from there, it was like a friendship was born. Like these guys who were one of the few people who I was getting close with in a foreign country, and a movie brought us together. And because we then knew that we had this common love. Are you still with me, AJ? We still have this. We have this common love with this movie. We just started throwing more and more quotes from it, like, was that your foot? Yes, it was the foot. The foot uppercut. Smell it, and take it. Okay, tonight we go disco. No. It is the biggest. It is the I tell you. It's not that big. No. The bush is the biggest. It's more cushion for pushing. And I'm not going to fight for this to be on the Rushmore. It's just, for me, a movie that I quote because of using it so much in a quite an intense situation of trying to do a match. It will always be special for me, that movie, because of the friendship I formed with these two blokes, And the fact that unknowingly it brought us all together in basically a foreign country, and we were mates throughout the whole time. It was nice. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Frank Torres says, I'm surprised Emmanuel Chicory from Zohan didn't become more famous. He had a good look. Do you know what? I
That's
saw her
saying
first.
understatement.
I saw her first in The Mentalist, the TV show, The Mentalist, as Lorelai, and I was like, "Who is that?" So I know exactly what it means. I was like, "Okay," and even though I was like, "Oh my god, Lorelai!" Like, yeah, she has scene stealing looks for sure. Yeah.
So, as I said, Gavin Man says, "Don't worry, Nico. At least
Sorry.
Love you too, Gavin."
But Gavin also, I mean, he also asks, "Hang on, neither of you had any Arnie films." I mean, the instant
would have been
go-to
Terminator.
film, yeah, clothes, boots, motorcycle, hasta la vista, baby. Come with me if you want to live. Yeah, I suppose they're there. Yeah.
We've got the potential on the Rushmore to do a Clash of the Titans here.
Ali, sorry, I'm just going to acknowledge that. Ali, do you know what? I've seen most of it, and I've seen the ending. Actually, I found out who the Red John was, but I haven't seen the episode, and I've actually started again. So, but yeah, oh my god, I love the Mentalist. I love the Mentalist. Hashtag suffer, brothers. I wouldn't say suffer, man. I love the Mentalist. I thought it was cool.
We've got a chance to do Clash of the Titans for our Rushmore here. Godfather, Pulp Fiction, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings. Let them fight.
People are going to really see this as quotable, though. I feel like it feels a bit of a cop-out.
We've literally just spent the last 2 hours talking about how they are quotable.
Lord of the Rings is more beast than anything else.
Ali's right. Okay.
I
Ali,
saw
help me.
I saw the comment.
Mm-hmm. Stop calling Lord of the Rings weird, Nico. I keep quoting that to my friends. I'm weird by extension then. We'll be weird together, Ali. Ali Camden says Monty Python should be on there. Take out Lord of the Rings for Monty Python.
I would sooner put Austin Powers in there because we just saw how insane.
Austin, that's a good point.
Insane.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Take it from the top then. We're not doing Clash of the Titans. I'll go with Austin. I like that pick. Austin's a good pick. You can have Austin.
Yeah, one sec. Where's quotable?
I mean, we've kind of shown that Pulp Fiction kind of has to be in there, doesn't it? It will smash the poll. That's the problem.
I feel like Snatch then makes it in there as well.
I'm happy for Snatch to be on there.
You see, Empire is just such a given for victories.
Frank Torres has got a nice one here, you know. Holy Grail, Pulp Fiction, Snatch, Austin Powers. That's a good one, you know.
So that's two people saying Holy Grail. Interesting. Come on, guys, show some more love to Friday. I know it get killed, so I don't even want it in there, to be honest. But Friday's quotable. When you watch Friday, be like, shit, there's a lot of lights in there.
Let's just have a look at what people picked for their Rushmore. So Frank, no, sorry, wrong one. Francis Leon said, my Rushmore, Young Frankenstein, Casablanca, The Wizard of Oz, and
Wizard of Oz I toyed with, you know.
Wizard of Oz.
But it felt more sing-along when I started going into some lines. Like, don't get me wrong, it's got quotable lines, but then they kind of lead into songs. So I was like,
So what?
No, nothing. No, it's just the way I wrote it. No, because I mean, again, your favorite movie, Grease, would have been in there. Oh, Ali, you are a freaking G. History of the World Part 1. I know I've told you about this film before. It's come up a few times. I couldn't quote it. I remember watching this film once and laughing my freaking head off. Like, honestly, it's a Mel Brooks, yeah? And apparently he's making part 2 soon. And I can't wait for that.
So Ali has said History of the World Part 1, Brazil, The Godfather, and Monty Python's Life of Brian. Honorable mention to Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. Gavin Mann's gone with 10 Hot Fuzz. Sorry. Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber was an honorable for me.
Yeah, it was close actually, but I had 2 gyms already.
Demolition Man. Yeah, it's a goodie. Die Hard, Pet Detective, Predator, Kindergarten Cop, Toy Story 2, Pulp Fiction, and Airplane. YG says my Rushmore would be Snatch, Pulp Fiction, Airplane, Monty Python, and the Holy Grail. And Taki says Dumb and Dumber, Home Alone 2, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park's a good one, actually. Super Troopers, GoldenEye, Predator, Back to the Future. I'm surprised wasn't on your list, AJ. Basketball, The Naked Gun.
It's got some good lines, but not. It just didn't. Yeah, trust me, it jumped into my head a lot. But, yeah, more and more lines are coming into my head again now. Happens.
Ali Kamsa says, do 4 comedies. And then says Snatch, Holy Grail, Austin Powers, and Mask. I'm not sure the Mask belongs in there. Gavin Mann says Holy Grail, Pulp Fiction, Empire, and Snatch. That's a strong one.
Mask would have killed it back in the day, but as time has moved on, it's just lost its way.
Yeah. Pedro Sancto says Casablanca, Godfather, Wizard of Oz, and Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver is a strong choice. YG says Snatch, Pulp Fiction, Holy Grail, and Airplane. Yeah, we got that one. Pedro Sancto says, I get your method, but I feel that to pass the test, a truly quotable film should have had at least 3 decades of cultural relevance. Very hard with the movies we picked.
Not far off.
I stand by the 2 we've got in there so far. I think Pulp Fiction does need to be on there.
I feel that Snatch, even the amount of comments that came in for Snatch, but I'm always scared of Snatch internationally. I don't know why. It's obvious by the comments that come in. It's nothing to be scared of, but I always do fear Snatch when it comes to voting.
I'm missing one at the moment. If you're happy with Pulp Fiction to go on there, Monty Python.
It came up a lot. It's weird. Like, don't get me wrong. I just don't find it quotable. Like, you can reference it and discuss it and bring them all up. I just don't find it quotable for like mind you. Then Pulp Fiction by that nature doesn't fall into it either. Yeah, screw it.
Pulp Fiction, to be fair, is coming up for a few decades now.
Bro, when you break it down, like Austin Powers is over 20 years old too, or just coming up to it. Like,
that's actually mental.
Yeah, when you really break it down. So I just want to find out what year it was released. Yeah, Spy Who Shagged Me is 99.
Fuck.
So it's 23 years old. Like,
bro, everyone's saying fucking Holy Grail. Francis Lalonde, Ali Kamsa. Come on, are we in? Yeah, so we've got our Rushmore.
Yeah.
All right. And let me just get this all written down, and then we can do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official movie Mount Rushmore of Quotable Movies, in no particular order, is
Austin Powers 2, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Our second entry is
Pulp Fiction.
Our third entry is
Snatch.
Our final entry into the movie Mount Rushmore of Quotable Movies is
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah.
You know what? He's good.
Yeah, I can work with that. That's all kind of cool.
Wrap it up, my friend.
Yeah, once again, it's there. Please head on over to @MovieMT_Rushmore. More importantly, at Movie Pulse for you. We love movies. Good old JT. Show some love and just hit back on those pages and get on the voting, guys. That's the one. And next week we'll announce the winner. Again, if you do have any friends who are out there like, I need a podcast. Why is it I come back to you every Tuesday evening or whatever time it is for you in the world? Tell them, well, you know what, you missed it there. You could be part of the VOD squad. Or while you're traveling and you just want something to listen to, head on over to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Tuner, Stitching, GeoSavin, and soon to be Facebook Podcast too. Didn't know it was a thing. And tell them to just search for Movie Mount Rushmore.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, again,
squad, live squad, all the VOD squad. Like.
That's the one. And share, as well as the likes, the shares. And again, no pressure whatsoever. But if you do want to show some support to these two guys in all their ventures, Nico?
you can head on over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. The link to that is in the description below. Whether you're on pod or video, it is in the description below. And literally for less than the price of your daily stocks, you can support the channel, the podcast. You can support the two British idiots who try to bring you a bit of joy every week.
That's the one. And specifically to Frank, I can't do a pod tomorrow. I have to help the missus out with a little exam she's got coming up, so that can't happen. But yes, the Ministry of Wrestling will be back. So that's
Oh, it will.
well. Oh, yeah.
Most certainly will. Gavin Mann says next week's topic. It's con movies, isn't it?
Are we there already? I can't remember. Since I've changed phone, I can't remember what the hell.
Is that what we decided? Like, we can plan this now with the dudes here present. Is it con movies or something else?
You know what? I could do con movies. I need to get my other phone out of my bag. So. Yeah. Upgrades are a bitch. I love the phone, but my God, it's a bitch. Yeah. All right. Con movies it is.
Con movies it is.
Cool. Okay, people.
Awesome. So con movies. Yeah. So con movies. We are doing that next week. We will be back. Yep. Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Thank you to everyone who joined us. Shout out to all of the pod squad. Shout out to all of the VOD squad. To all of you who are live with us now. Thank you so much for coming on and showing us your support. Much love. Yes. So Pedro Santos, spot on. Con movies, this thing. Correct. That would
But
qualify.
also to answer Francis's question, because that was a very con as in hustle as opposed to felon. Yeah.
For me, I'm
We are
doing
on the
both.
same page, right? Oh,
I'm doing both. A con is a con.
okay, fair enough.
Oh, con is in con, felon is in convict.
Yeah,
No, hustle. Sorry.
yeah, that's what
you
I'm
meant.
getting at. Yeah,
Sorry, I
Obviously-
thought you meant like committing a felony. I didn't read
no,
it as a
because,
felon.
yeah, in that sense, they're all guilty. Like, they're all bad guys, but yeah, they're hustlers. Yeah. It's the
How is
hustlers.
Con Air on there, Gavin? How is Con?
Because-
Oh
Because he took the other con. He took the felon con.
no, just no. Everyone, stop being so supportive to Anya's choice.
But yeah, again, guys, I can see the clap. Yes, Pedro, yes. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that one, Nick. I don't think you have, because I know I've put it up before on pod.
What matchstick, man?
Yeah,
I'm yet to see it.
fucking. Oh, I love that film. It's actually on my list already. But yeah,
Gonna be a good
So,
one
guys-
next week.
Hmm?
It's gonna be a good one next week.
It will be. Yeah, guys. Honestly, once again, the gratitude that we express is never enough. So I will always end it with a thank you. And yeah, we appreciate this. We appreciate everything you do. So eternally thank you, and we will catch you next week. So until the next time, I am. Until the next time, I am the one AJ.
I'm Nico Lurot. See ya.
See ya.